Well, hello, class, and welcome to Church in the Community from Moody Bible Distance Learning. This is your fearless leader, Professor Jefferson, and I want to welcome you to week one, day one, right? We are on the road. We have begun our class, and 8 weeks from now, the um, hopefully the snow will be gone and we'll be in spring, and I will be able to say week 8, last day, and you guys will all have made A's and everybody will be happy. And that's just my expectations. That's where we're going. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a video each Tuesday, and then I'll give on Friday. I'll give a email kind of detailing what's due, and I may do other videos as well for that. But so week one video. Week one in this class, there's a lot of reading. I said that in the expectations. I'll say it again. Make sure that you know what, reading, if you're a slow reader, I used to be a slow reader, and through graduate school, I'm a very fast reader, but there's still a lot of reading in this class, and it's really where you just plod along, where you just get it done, right? And it's interesting, so that's not the problem, but I do want to encourage you because it's easy to get behind in the reading in this class. So make sure if I'm scaring you a little bit about the reading, good. I just want you to have it in your head. Okay, so let's stay up on our reading. It also is very deceptive this first week because you look at it and you go, oh, there's nothing really due. I got to do my class introduction, of course. So I'm going to tell everybody about myself and get a picture and whatever. And then that theology of shalom paper, it's not due until what, week 3? Goodness, I don't have to work on that at all. Ha ha ha. Yes, you do. So, Jacobson describes shalom as restored fellowship with our Creator, human flourishing, justice, relational wholeness for everyone. And shalom is unmistakably beautiful. So, what you're going to do is you're going to use your readings in lessons 1 through 3 in a 5-page double spaced essay. Remember, that doesn't mean 8 pages or 10 pages. 5 pages, double spaced for the 49-year-old eyes, argue how Christian salvation relates to the shalom of your specific ministry context, your city, your town, your neighborhood. The essay should include multiple steps to properly defend your argument, a clearly stated thesis, articulate from Scripture how salvation is just not about the afterlife, but is also about the here and now, describe specifically how the pursuit of sustainability, justice, and beauty might look to your community. So what we're trying to do with this assignment is we're trying to get you to look at your community in a new way. And maybe for some of you it's not a new way, but for many of us it'll be a brand new way. And so don't wait till week 3 and go, oh my gosh, I got to get this done. Start working on it now. Okay. Now you do have a discussion board that is due, and this week's reading in Jacobson, particularly pages 72 through 76, argues that places such as buildings can serve as a sacred function through human memory. Like Jacobson, do you believe that your church should use care and expense to make your worship space long-lasting and reflective of the value of your common faith? If so, to what extent and what level of priority? In other words, how much right now there's a church that's building a huge building, right? And how does that work? Let's really think through that. Um, One of the things I've thought about is there's a church in Indiana called Granger Community Church, and they changed the name of the church from Granger Community Church to Granger Commons. And it's a campus that has a church on it, but the auditorium is used by the high school to do prom, and it's used by other people for this and that. There's something going on there every day, every night of the week. The building's being used. How many buildings do you know that sit idle almost the entire week? Or you walk in and they look more like more like State Farm than a church. Or you walk in and they've spent an inordinate amount of money on all this stuff to make. This is what we're going to discuss. This is what we're going to talk about. This is what we're going to wrestle about. So go ahead and do your discussion post, answer those questions, and then respond to 2 of your peers. Now I want to tell you, in our discussion post, please be you can disagree without being disagreeable, right? So let's discuss, let's debate, and let's encourage each other. But I also am not looking for I agree or yes, that's good. I'm looking for substantive, really substantive content, whatever. You know what I'm saying. So I'm looking for that. So that's it. That's week one. And so don't put off your Theology of Shalom essay that's due week 3. Go ahead and start looking at that now. All right, so at the end of each of these videos, I will do a question of the week. And this question, if you've been in my class before, you've heard these questions. I'm going to try to get some new ones. If you have a new one for me, send it to me. That'd be great. I want to know, if I gave you unlimited funds and a time machine, and you could go anywhere and see any band or musician or whatever of all time, in any time period, what would you see? And I got some feedback that I thought I had, but I got some feedback that I wasn't answering my questions of the week, that you guys wanted to hear what I thought. So I know that some of you will be tempted to say, oh, Petra, Amy Grant, and don't judge me on that, okay? So I'm not mocking that, because I've seen both. I understand that, but I want you to be real. We can be real with each other. So if you gave me unlimited funds, I would go back in time to 1967 and see the Doors at the Whiskey A Go Go. I became very fascinated with Jim Morrison, and it's a great example of how the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. He was a genius, he was a poet, and alcohol and drugs just destroyed him. But I would love to see them in their heyday. They said there was something there was just something about them, electricity, when you saw them. So so don't judge me on that, okay? We're going to start out by not judging each other. So go ahead and email me that answer, and we'll have fun with that. And then we will actually get going with week 1, right? Awesome. Let's do this. Onward and upwards.